Good evening, I'm Rob Coles. Thanks for joining us. Larissa is off. There were protests in many cities across the country. Today marked the 50th anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision back in 1973. But in 2022, the Supreme Court overturned it. Here in our region, that left Duluth's We Health Clinic to be one of the only abortion providers in the Upper Midwest. Today, they held a fundraiser in memory of Roe v. Wade to support the local clinic. Northern News Now's Cara Kopp went to that fundraiser to hear why the organizers think the event is so important after the Supreme Court's overturn.
Go for Uteroe.
This year we're doing it in the remembrance of Roe v. Wade, but we're changing it. We're also doing it in its honor. Minnesota is the only abortion provider, along with Michigan, for the entire Upper Midwest.
A fundraiser at Hoops Brewing to support the We Health Clinic in Duluth.
So more than ever, we need to make sure that people come out to support independent abortion providers and continue to have a legacy of our clinic of standing in the face of anti-abortion extremism.
January 22nd, 2023 would have marked the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade. But before it reached that milestone, Roe was overturned.
It was stating that you don't know what is best for your future, you don't know what is best for your life, and we're already seeing the effects of people not having access to abortion care.
Now, We Health Clinic looks to the community to help raise money.
I wanted to come here today to give them my support and give them a financial donation so that everyone knows about this and has access to this really important piece of healthcare.
Bringing the community out for pizza and beer.
It's beautiful to see people supporting other people, and that's what this is.
Supporting what they call a safe haven for abortion access in Duluth for years to come.
Tonight we're saying, I know we have had abortion for 42 years, but Roe v. Wade is overturned. Patients are coming to us from other states, and now more than ever, we need as much support from our community as possible.
In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
And this past Thursday, the Minnesota House passed a bill called the PROS Act, which would add abortion rights into state law. DFL Representative Liz Olson from Duluth is a co-author of the legislation and voted for the bill. But all the Republicans in the House voted against it. We reached out to Republican State Representative Natalie Zalesnikar for a statement, which reads in part, "It's unfortunate that the language that is being proposed by the majority party is going to mirror China and North Korea with no guardrails in place. The House proposed language that would have given pro-choice and pro-life some reasonable guardrails, but that was voted down by the DFL majority." And the Senate is expected to take up that bill soon. Governor Walz had said if it passes through the Senate, he will sign it into law.